Hey guys, Madison here. The reaction you're about to see was filmed back in 2021 during a time when I was not uploading videos to YouTube. Long story. But due to popular demand, I've decided to start uploading those reactions here on YouTube in special From the Vault Fridays. I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, Madison here, and tonight I'm going to be watching The Silence of the Lambs. I am terrified, honestly, to be watching this movie because I know who Hannibal Lecter is. He's a terrifying person. Everyone I've talked to about this movie is like, you're gonna be terrified. My mom was like, I couldn't sleep after I watched this movie for a while, and I'm like, oh great, wonderful. So I haven't told you guys this yet, but I was doing very well in terms of not having any bad dreams after watching these scary movies until I watched Scream. I don't know why that's the one that got me of all things, but yeah, I've had like 2 or 3 terrifying nightmares since then. Not specifically about Ghostface, but like it's just been scary dreams kind of combining elements from all the movies I've watched so far, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I'm loving these movies, but I'm to the point where I'm like, I'm about to need a long hiatus from scary movies, so I guess I'm going out with a bang. Oh my goodness. This month, though, has been a blast. I've watched more scary movies than I probably usually watch like 1 scary movie a year, maybe 2, so I've way overachieved with that this year. And I really have enjoyed it because I've seen some brilliant movies that I had never seen before, so yeah, I'm hoping to go out on a high note with this one, a very scary movie. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Anthony Hopkins. I think it's actually Anthony. Are you supposed to say Anthony Hopkins? He's fantastic, obviously, and I know he's going to terrify me. But yeah, I'm recording this very late. It's almost 8:30, so I'm going to be finishing this around 10:30 at night. So apologies if like I blink a little bit more than normal. My contacts, like my eyes get tired when it gets to be late at night. So my eyes kind of dry out sometimes when I'm wearing contacts. So TMI, I know, but I just wanted to let you guys know if I'm like sitting here like that, you know, that's what's going on. Especially since I'm probably going to be staring a lot because I'm going to be terrified. But yeah, thank you guys so much for voting on the poll this week. We've had a blowout on every poll in spooky month, so it's been pretty one-sided polls, and you know what, I'm okay with that because I ended up with some great film choices, and yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to going out with a bang on this one. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's feast on The Silence of the Lambs. Quantico, Virginia. Very basic opening credits, isn't it? She doing FBI training? Yeah. Oh man, I would hate those. Ooh, nice front roll flip there. Yep, FBI. Oh, Howard Shore. One of my favorite composers. Did Lord of the Rings, for those of you who don't know. One of the greatest soundtracks of all time. Based on the novel. Did I know this was a novel? I don't think I did. Oh, that would be an interesting reading experience. Look at her in there with all those big dudes. She seems like a strong go-get-'em lady already. I like her. She's like, I don't care that I'm like 5'3". I'm the boss. That's disturbing.
Your instructors tell me you're doing well. Top quarter of your class.
I hope so. They haven't posted any grades yet. Who's the subject?
The psychiatrist, Hannibal Lecter. How's he look? How's his cell look? Is he sketching, drawing? If he is, what's he sketching?
Some connection between him and Buffalo Bill, maybe?
I wish there were. Dr. Chilton at the asylum will go over all the physical procedures used with him. Do not deviate from them for any reason whatsoever.
So rare to capture one alive. From a research point of view, Lecter is our most prized asset.
That's
You know,
one
we
way to
get a
put
lot
it.
of detectives here, but I must say I can't ever remember one as attractive. Will you be in Baltimore overnight? Because this can be quite a fun town if you have the right guide.
Great town, Dr. Ch.
I don't believe Lecter's even seen a woman in 8 years. And oh, are you ever his taste, so to speak.
I graduated from UVA, doctor.
Do not touch the glass. Do not approach the glass. You pass him nothing but soft paper. No pencils or pens. No staples or paper clips. His pulse never got above 85, even when he ate her tongue. I keep him in here.
I'm grossed out just by that mental image. Still, I'm scared. I don't like asylums. I definitely cannot imagine working in one. I'd be so scared to go in there by myself.
Good morning.
Dr. Lecter, my name is Clarice Starling.
May I see your credentials?
Certainly.
Nothing personal, remember?
Closer, please.
Nope. Don't approach the glass.
Closer.
Nope. They said don't approach the glass.
That is rather slippery of you, Agent Starling. Sit, please.
That is a terrifying stare. Like, whoa.
And sometimes you wear our lead at home. But not today.
Did you do all these drawings, Doctor?
They said don't take anything from him, and he's gonna pass it back through. Breaking all kinds of rules.
Good nutrition's giving you some length of bone, but you're not more than one generation from poor wire trash, are you, Agent Starling?
You see a lot, Doctor. But are you strong enough to point that high-powered perception at yourself?
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
What a scene. I'm gonna be breaking that down in my review. The dialogue in that scene, the evolution of that scene, the escalating tension, perfection.
Daddy!
Hey, Clarice.
Oh, flashback. So her dad was a policeman. The cause of her interest in law enforcement.
Starling?
Sir?
Miggs is dead.
Dad?
What?
How?
The orderly heard Lecter whispering to him all afternoon and Miggs crying. They found him at bed check. He'd swallowed his own tongue.
I'm still here.
What? How?
I don't know how to feel about this. I won't disturb anything, I promise. I'll be out of here before you know it.
What's going to be in here is the question. Hopefully not bodies. Not gonna lift it a little more first. Oh. It's okay, it's just a bird, we're fine. A hawk, it looks like a predatory bird. Fitting. Fake bodies. As long as there's no real bodies in here, I will be okay. I wonder why he sent her here. What clue? That looks like a military coffin almost. Is there a car under there? Oh, it's a hearse. Or maybe just a really nice car. What is this elaborate setup? Oh, shoot. Oh, Lord. I was afraid of that.
Hester Moffat, the rest of me. Miss, the rest of me? Meaning that you rented that garage?
They said don't take anything from him. He's got a TV in there.
Nothing. It's just a scratch.
I did not kill him, I assure you. Merely tucked him away very much as I found him after he'd missed 3 appointments. Just think of him as a kind of experiment, a fledgling killer's first effort at transformation. What I want is a view. I want a window where I can see a tree. I want to be in a federal institution. I'll help you catch him, Clarice.
Does he think if he helps her, they'll transport him to a better facility where he can get a view? Miss Tennessee. Oh no. What? Oh, I don't want to see anyone get skinned. Don't go over there.
Sure.
Thank you.
That's all right. You look kind of handicapped.
Yeah.
No, don't get in the truck.
Say, are you about a size 14?
Sorry?
Oh no. Oh my gosh. This is so frightening.
Keeps him alive for 3 days. We don't know why. There's no evidence of rape or physical abuse prior to death. Okay.
That's
3
weird.
days. Her body was the only one he took the trouble to weight down, so actually she was the 3rd girl found. After her, he got lazy.
That's weird. I wonder why he keeps them alive for 3 days. Does he just like to mentally torture them first? Play mind games like Hannibal does?
Sheriff, this type of sex crime has certain aspects I just as soon discuss in private. You know what I mean?
The way all the men around her are objectifying her is just unfortunately very realistic. It's making me feel uncomfortable just watching it. I wonder what happened to her dad. Wonder if he was killed in the line of duty.
Go on now. Thank you.
Yeah, show some respect. She's being very nice about it. Oh gosh, I don't do good with gruesome dead bodies. Doesn't matter how many episodes of NCIS I watch, I still get grossed out.
2 of her fingernails are broken off, and there's dirt or grit under them. It looks like she's tried to claw her way through something.
I can't imagine having to just stand there and coldly analyze a body that had been mutilated like that.
That's a bug cocoon. There's no way that could get way down in there like that.
Unless somebody shoved it in there.
That's strange.
And it really burned you, didn't it? It was just smoke, darling. I had to get rid of him.
Was it just smoke? Love me some dinosaurs.
This is like a clue from a real murder case? Cool.
Just ignore him. He's not a PhD.
Now, where does it come from?
That's what's strange. It only live in Asia.
Asia?
In this country, they'd have to be specially raised from imported eggs.
Somebody grew this guy, kept him warm. Somebody loved him.
That's not creepy at all. Oh, is that the bug on the poster? I've seen the Silence of the Lambs poster, and I remember the bug on the mouth. Oh my goodness. Is it connected to... I mean, Bill did the murder, but like, for it to be on the poster, it makes me wonder if it's connected to Hannibal somehow. Oh my gosh, he's keeping them in a well.
She sees Catherine as a person and not just an object. It's harder to tear her up.
Please, release my little girl.
I feel like he's not gonna care.
I have rights.
I understand that, sir.
Look, I am not just some turnkey, Miss Starling.
This is the number for the
Well, she's doing an investigation.
Please. I think you discuss this with him, or you let me do my job. You understand?
Yeah, you tell him.
The senator promises you a transfer to the VA hospital at Oneida Park, New York.
That's what he wants.
1 week.
What is your worst memory of childhood?
And she has no choice because she's trying to help Catherine.
One night he surprised 2 burglars coming out of the back of a drugstore. They shot him. When he left me, I had nothing. I was 10 years old.
The significance of the moth is change. Our Billy wants to change too.
I went to live with my mother's cousin and her husband in Montana. They had a ranch.
How long did you live there?
2 months.
Why so briefly?
I ran away.
Billy hates his own identity, you see. But his pathology is 1,000 times more savage and more terrifying.
I called Senator Ruth Martin. She never heard of any deal with you. They scammed you, Hannibal. Of course, I worked in a few conditions for my own benefit as well. I identified Buffalo Bill by name.
They said no pens or pencils.
Answer me, Hannibal. Who is Buffalo Bill?
His first name is Louis. I'll tell the rest of the senator herself, but only in Tennessee.
So she was making that up about the senator, or was that guy lying?
Some sort of phony offer to Lecter in the senator's name. Yeah, I rolled the dice. I had to. Well, she's mad as hell,
Okay.
Jack. Sir?
That guy's got issues too.
Here, sir, use mine.
Uh-oh. Did he get that pen?
Buffalo Bill's real name is Louis Friend. I met him just once. He was referred to me in April or May 1980. Tell me, Mom, when your little girl is on the slab, where will it tickle you? Oh, and Senator,
Wow,
just
he
one more
is.
thing. Love your suit.
He is sick and twisted. Whoa. Whoa. Guys.
How do you fit in, sir?
You do know the rules, ma'am?
Yes, Lieutenant Boyle. I've questioned him before.
And I've broken those rules. But it's working, so... Wow, now he's in like his own little cage here. A nice room.
What needs does he serve by killing?
Anger. Social acceptance.
Feeling powerful? Feeling in control?
No. He covets. That is his nature. And how do we begin to covet, Clarice? We begin by coveting what we see every day. And what did you see, Clarice? What did you see?
Lambs. They were screaming. I opened the gate to their pen, but they wouldn't run. They just stood there, confused. They wouldn't run. I took one lamb and I ran away as fast as I could.
Where were you going, Clarice?
I don't know. I didn't have any food.
What became of your lamb, Clarice?
I killed him.
You think if Catherine lives, you won't wake up in the dark ever again to that awful screaming of the lambs?
Tell me his name, Doctor.
Goodbye, Clarice.
I wonder if he put something in the case file. Gosh, y'all, that scene. These scenes. I have a lot to say. When this is over, I have a lot to say. Oh my goodness. I got emotional in that one. Wow. I just know he has that pin and he's gonna like kill somebody and get out.
Lamb chops, extra rare.
What he wants for breakfast. Damn thing, zoo.
Lamb chops, of course.
Hand me that, please.
pulse never got above 85. Where did the other guy go? Is he like crawling away? Is he even trying to escape? He's just taking his time.
Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembry.
Oh, God.
Wow. My gosh. It looked like he ate the other guy, part of him. Mm. He's gonna get away, isn't he? What? Is he on top of the elevator? Riding it down? Or is he just trying to make him think he is? I don't know. Did he leave something up there?
Put your hands on your head. One of the legs.
Is it him or is it a body? Yeah, I think he put a body there and changed the clothes.
They're good. Pressure is 130/90. Yeah, that's right, 90. Pulse 84. We got him on lactated ringers running.
When did he switch the...
Patient is on 10 liters of oxygen.
Oh my gosh.
They found the ambulance in a parking garage at Memphis Airport. The crew was dead.
He's wearing his face.
His clothes, cash. By now he could be anywhere.
Oh my gosh. He's like switching bodies? No, I switch faces.
You would consider that rude.
And then we got this guy. Just, oh. Oh, is he sewing stuff out of their skin? No. No, no, no. Mm.
He knew her.
Billy knew her, and so none of the other victims compare? Confused. I'm missing something. I'm gonna talk to the victim's family, find out who she knew that fits the profile.
Frederica went into Chicago on the bus to see about a job. She left the interview okay. She never come home.
Her and her dad. Her and her mom? Was she taking those for him? Is that why he was saying the size 14 thing? He was wanting them all to be like her?
He's making himself a woman's suit, Mr. Crawford, out of real women. And he can sew, this guy. He's very skilled.
We're on our way right now.
Where?
Calumet City, edge of Chicago. Subject's name is Jamie Gum, a.k.a. John Grant. Lecter's description was accurate. He just lied about the name. We wouldn't have found him without you. Nobody's gonna forget that. At least of all me.
Thank you, sir.
Are they really going to the right place, or is she gonna find the actual place and they go to the wrong one?
Me and Pam Malavese used to help her do alterations for old Mrs. Littman.
Can you give me Mrs. Littman's address? I need to talk to her.
Put her in that bucket.
Now you give me a telephone and lower it down here now!
Guys, I can't watch. I'm so stressed. Seems like they're at the right.
Good afternoon. Sorry to bother you. I'm looking for Mrs. Littman's family.
So I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Oh my gosh.
Excuse me, sir.
Say, has the FBI learned something? The police around here don't seem to have the first clue.
Oh, shoot.
Freeze! Put your hands over your head. Thumbs up. Freeze!
Oh, shoot. Don't forget to check the corners. No, it sucks when you're in a house that you don't know and they have the advantage.
FBI! You're safe!
Not yet. Oh god, he's down here. I know he's down here.
Don't you leave me here!
gosh, it's so scary because you can't see. No. Oh. Behind you. Oh Lord, I can't look. No. No. Just shoot him right now. Oh my gosh. He's right there. Got that piece of trash. Thank the Lord. Oh, my adrenaline. Oh God. That poor dog. It's not the dog's fault.
Clarice M. Starling.
Yes, give her the recognition she deserves. Oh, she finally graduating. What an introduction into the Bureau, man. Like the craziest case she's probably ever gonna have.
Your father would have been proud today.
Well, Clarice, have the lambs stopped screaming?
Dr. Lecter.
I have no plans to call on you, Clarice. The world's more interesting with you in it. I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. That had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. Whew. Wow, guys, I have had some really different films these past 4 weeks. Starting off kind of with two very similar films in a lot of ways. The Others and The Sixth Sense, both very spiritual, emotional stories, ghost stories, very compelling mysteries. Then going to scary but also really funny slasher, horror, scream, teen drama, you know. And then this one is again just different from all of the other three. Not a ghost story, not really a slasher either, because it was much more of a mental psychological drama than anything, just kind of a battle of wits and wills. Some really disturbing violence, like seeing what Buffalo Bill did to his victims was disturbing. But yeah, I mean, really at the heart of the film is the battle between Clarice and Hannibal Lecter, her trying to get info out of him, but him getting personal information about her in return each time, playing that chess game. That was just so compelling to watch. Like, I was just glued to the screen every time they were in the room together. Like, the dialogue was so good and the performances were so good. Like, Jodie Foster killed it. What a compelling protagonist. Like, I just really felt a lot of empathy for her. Like, the way to really get an audience invested in a character is to just show those ghosts, those wounds in their past that have damaged them. But she became, you know, an FBI agent in spite of that. Like, all that trauma could have turned her into a, like a scared recluse maybe, or like she could have gone down dark paths and never gone anywhere in life because of the trauma she'd experienced. You know, becoming an orphan and all that, running away when she experienced more trauma when the lambs were being slaughtered. She could have gone down way less productive paths, but she pushed forward, she worked hard, and she got through the academy, and her mission in life was to help people, and if she could just save one lamb, you know, she's trying to stop the screaming in her head, so she's still, you know, haunted by what's happened to her in her past. I mean, that's how you create a compelling character. A great protagonist to complement the antagonist, which is, of course, you know, Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter. Like, I have seen some amazing villains in my life, and his performance as Hannibal has to go in my top 5, maybe my top 3. Like, what an amazingly chilling performance. I think the best, like, psychopath I've seen in another film is I go to Javier Bardem's Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men. He played a fantastic psychopath in that movie, completely different from Hannibal, in that Anton was very just like straightforward, coin toss, you know, game of chance sort of thing. Like, he would toy with his food a little bit, but I didn't mean to make that pun. But he was just kind of about straight, direct to the point, get things done. And if you inconvenience him, you know, he might kill you. But Hannibal is all about the mind games and like weaseling into the mind of his victim and manipulating and all that. So similar in that they're both psychopaths, but completely different psychopaths. And I think both equally well acted and compelling in their own way. So it's entirely subjective, I think, if you're discussing which one is better. But yeah, I would definitely put this performance on that level of like Javier Bardem. Like, totally Oscar worthy. I don't know if he won an Oscar for this, because I'm just now watching the movie, so I don't know. But if he didn't, he should have, because wow. And the dynamic of the scenes too, like how they were set up with her always like sitting down in a chair or on the ground or something, and him standing over her, sitting over her, showing that like dominance of his character and how he tries to control the situation, always be in power. Yeah, shot fantastically. The score was wonderful. Howard Shore always does a fantastic job. And yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, I just hope I can sleep tonight. Because what time is it? It's like 10:30 probably. Yeah, I'm gonna need to stay up a while to let this simmer. What an amazing film. Totally terrifying. I mean, what I did not expect was there to be like another killer that was equally terrifying, but in a more chaotic way. Buffalo Bill. Like, oh my gosh, something else I haven't even addressed. The way, I mean, okay, so the protagonist-antagonist relationship between Clarice and Hannibal is obviously at the center of the film, but really the central theme was how women are seen and how women are treated and perceived by men, which I did not anticipate. Like, you could see in almost every scene a man like looking at Clarice, you know, lustfully almost, like checking her out, and it was really just pointing out how women often feel when they're trying to, you know, just go through life and be respected and have authority in their job, but so many men just look at them as objects, you know, of desire, pretty things, and not something to be respected, and not an authority figure in any way, just something to hit on, you know, a romantic goal to pursue. I know I've felt that way at times in my life, you know, when you're just walking down the sidewalk trying to get somewhere, and someone catcalls, you know, it makes you feel like devalued and just like vulnerable that someone's looking at you like that when you didn't ask to be looked at that way. So I think maybe this film would be eye-opening for a lot of men, like seeing how women feel You know, obviously it can be flattering in positive situations when, you know, oh, a man thinks I'm attractive, a man complimented me, it can be nice, but then there's the negative side of it where it's like unwanted attention, unwanted advances, and this film really addressed that with like, she's trying to work hard and be an FBI agent, but so many men are not looking at her the way she wants to be looked at, not giving her due respect. Looking to Crawford instead of her, you know, when she's asking them to do something, that sort of thing. So, wow, yeah, I really empathized with her. I really was rooting for her as a character to succeed, and that's what you want in any good film. And I was really scared for her. Man, that ending was terrifying. Oh, but I'm so glad she was able to get him. And, you know, it didn't answer the question when Hannibal calls her at the end and he's like, the lambs finally stopped screaming, you know? She doesn't answer before he hangs up. And so it leaves kind of the open-ended question of, have they stopped screaming because she managed to save Catherine? She did manage to save a lamb. Is that arc complete? Has the wound been healed? Or is it still open and she feels compelled that, you know, she has to solve more cases and the lambs are still screaming? You know, that's an open-ended question. So it's interesting, you know, as a audience member, as a viewer, to think about, you know, open-ended endings are always kind of like, you know, it's up to your interpretation. So if you want to go with the more positive interpretation, you can. If you want to go with the more negative, you can. I'm always, you know, more positive minded. I like happy endings, so I'm gonna say, you know what though, if I'm being logical, like part of me wants to go, yeah, happy ending, the lambs have stopped screaming. The other part of me is like, will she ever be able to have peace of mind until she catches Hannibal Lecter? You know, he's kind of like the white whale, the Moby Dick, and I feel like she's kind of gotten a bit of an obsession with catching him. So I think the lambs don't stop screaming until she gets Hannibal Lecter. That's my personal headcanon. I did see when I Googled this movie, because I was looking at the runtime, I think there's a sequel. I think. In which case, I am very interested to see if there's another showdown between Clarice and Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, I don't know if that's based on a book too, or what, or if it's even a sequel. I was confused. But yeah, that would be super intriguing. I might have to give that a watch sometime. But thank you guys so much for coming along with me for Spooky Movie Month. I can't believe it's over already. It's flown by, and I've so enjoyed all 4 of these movies that I watched this year. Kudos to those of you who have come along for all 4 terrifying rides with me. I can't say this movie was fun, but I thoroughly enjoyed it in a way. Like, Hannibal Lecter is one of those guys where he absolutely chills you to the bone and terrifies you, but he's also so charismatic that you're just like glued to the screen, just like Anton Chigurh in a different way, where it's like, you know, you don't like them because they're evil, but they're just so dang charismatic in their own way that you're just glued, and the performance is so amazing that you're so impressed, you know, and you can't look away. That was how I felt watching Hannibal in this movie. Anthony Hopkins is just off the charts amazing. So thank you guys so much for voting for this movie, for coming along and watching the reaction. Yeah, oh my goodness, what a movie. Hopefully I can sleep tonight. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I will see you next week for Film Friday number 16. Bye, guys.